Okay, YouTube, like, I can't sleep tonight, and this is the first time I posted or recorded a video in a while. But this was worth talking about. So, I don't hate people just out of spite unless you're like a sex offender or a child molester or like some sort of animal abuser or like a woman abuser or elder abuser or your family and you steal from family. You know, that's all fucked up shit. Or you assault family. But I don't hate Trump out of spite. I hate him because of the racism and the stuff he does. But he rescheduled marijuana, and that's a step in the right direction. So that's the one thing he did. And to be frank, the only reason he did it is because his polls are absolutely tanking, and he thinks that's going to save him. But it's not, because even if a medical framework does get put in place before the election and legalizes medical for most people to be able to get it at their local dispensary if they have a medical card, all across the nation. People ain't gonna be able to afford the weed because they're still buying fucking too expensive of groceries. Utilities are too expensive. Gas is too expensive. You know, rent is too expensive. Health insurance is too expensive. If you have no health insurance, you go bankrupt because and lose everything because you go in medical debt. School loans are too expensive. They shouldn't even be a thing. Higher tuition should be free from freshmen in college all the way up to PhD laureate graduation. But this is a step in the right direction. And y'all motherfuckers straight up that smoke pot recreationally or have your medical card in other states have people like me and a lot of my friends in California and Oregon to thank. Because I went on parole because I was growing a plant. One single plant in my closet and had a platter of hash oil in my fridge. And they did a no-knock warrant for other reasons and found that, and that's what I ended up on parole for. So I'm a victim of the war on cannabis. And I've gotten that, all my charges expunged, but that was the second charge I caught that actually caught me the felony before I would have got on parole for the burglary I was already looking at. But it doesn't matter. I'm a victim of the drug war, and I'm a casualty of it. And y'all motherfuckers better thank people like me because we wouldn't have came this far to get rescheduling or even legal in 24 states and medical in over 40 various tiers of medical in 40 without people like me illegally growing plants before it was legal to grow the plant recreationally without a medical card. And older people before it was medical growing in BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, out in the woods or in their houses in illegal indoor grow ops or in their backyards risking helicopters flying over their friggin' house finding it in California, Oregon, and Washington. Like, you have us to thank, so I hope you appreciate what we went through to get us this far. I don't like legalization. I like medical because medical, all the weed is good. Recreational comes, all the fucking weed strains become shit. Because now it's all gelato, runts, cookies, wedding cake, pie, bullshit. Where's the white warlock? Where's the permafrost? Where's the white widow? Where's the purple kush? Where's the granddaddy purple kush? Where's the blueberry? Where's the blackberry kush? Where's the Romulan? Where's the Northern Lights? None of that shit is around anymore because all these other strains have interbred them all the fuck out because a fucking cookie started it. I'm so sick of all. I'm so sick of all these brand new strains coming out. Like, none of them are any good. Like, I've had medical buds that were 10 times stonier than any recreational bud I've ever got and didn't look nearly as frosty as good. And there's no color in weed anymore. Basically, all you see is green. Once in a while, you see a purple at a dispensary. I don't smoke anymore but I buy it for family members who need it. Well, I did until I got my harvest. Now I just give that to my family members as they need it because they're medical. But there's no golds, there's no light greens, there's hardly any purples, there's no blues, there's no reds, there's no pinks. There's no like light yellows. There's no like browns, but not brown like it's bad weed. Brown like Hindu Kush, because Hindu Kush is brown, and you can tell when it's truly good weed. It's just brown. There's no color in weed anymore. All the colorful strains are gone. Lemon, sour, diesel. Like, I haven't seen blueberry at a dispensary yet. I've seen purple kush, but it wasn't purple. It was just green. Strawberry cough is a reddish plant when grown right. And that's why strawberry kush is pink and red. And I ain't seen either of those. And I haven't seen them on the streets either. Like all this interbreeding of all these fruit strains, which I don't mind fruit strains if they're original strains, but all these candy and dessert strains need to fuck off. Like, this is coming from someone who's not an old school marijuana person, but I've been in the medical community for the better of fucking 17 years, since 2008 when I was 17. I started smoking when I was 17 and quit in 2014 when I went to prison. But I've had my medical card ever since 2018 when I got off parole. And there's no good weed anymore unless you find an old school medical grower that's still growing. Then once in a while you can get some good weed. Like, I got some decent purple punch, which is Larry's OG, and crossed with GDP. That's not bad. But, like, nah. There's hardly anything good anymore. Like, most of the good shit has been outbred and bred out of existence. Or the strains died because the person who made the strain died. Or because they just let the strain go and quit growing it because there was no market for weed anymore. And they didn't make the barrier low enough for all the medical growers to become recreational growers. Fuck 300,000 plant grows for marijuana recreational in Oregon, and make it 10,050 plant grows all across the state, all over the Willamette Valley, the Illinois Valley, the Rogue Valley, all over friggin' Eastern Oregon. 10,050 plant grows from individual medical growers that know what the fuck they're doing and actually grow good fucking weed. Like, people who go to the dispensary don't know what good weed is. And they don't care about the medical. It don't look as good, they say. But it doesn't matter. Because it's not as good. It's just not. And it's harsh on the... I've smoked it before. It's harsh on the lungs. Like, it's not a smooth smoke. It straight up tastes harsh. Like, if you get good medical, it's smooth throughout the entire hit. And it doesn't make the back of your throat get all friggin' hoarse. Like, legitimately, the only thing anybody should be going to dispensaries for is, like, raw oils like BHO, shatter, or edibles. And even then, if you go to one of your friends, you could probably get stronger edibles than you could at a dispensary. But getting oils at a dispensary is better because you know it's not backyard or garage fucking blown fucking shit that you don't know what particulate has gone in it and what else is in it besides just the THCA, shatter, or whatever you're getting. That those are actually laboratory made oils from an actual licensed cook who knows what the fuck he's doing. So we'll see how this goes. I want them to legalize federally, and and then tell all the states you can't have recreational markets. It's gotta go. Only medical. No medical legal, no recreational. And allow all the medical patients who get cards to grow their own weed. And make the barrier like Oklahoma so low that just about anybody can get it. Can get their medical and can grow weed but make it like Washington where they can legal in Washington where they can grow in collectives. So say like California you can grow up to 99 plants on your card. Fine. Everywhere in the United States you can get people that can collectively grow up to 99 plants if you have enough patience on one freaking grow site. And you get old school breeders and old school medical growers to head those friggin' grows, and stuff will be so much better for everybody. Like, I know people don't like the black market, but that market exists for a reason, because the weed on the black market, if you go through a reputable medical grower, is better than anything you're going to get at the dispensary. 10 times better. It won't look as good, it won't be flashy, but it'll get you way fucking higher. And the problem is with that is you don't know, if you go to somebody you don't know, it could be fat-laced. But if you're like me and you know a bunch of old school medical growers that have been growing since 1998 for medical, and you've got homeboys that have known people that have been growing since pre-Prop 215 in California. Like my sister, my adopted sister, her uncle used to run one of the biggest illegal grow ops pre-Prop 15 in Northern California. And I'm not going to say who was running it or nothing, but it was bikers. And he used his property to grow it. And I've been on that property around those plants when I was 5 years old. So that was 1996 when the law was passed. It didn't become law until like 97 or 98. I think 97 when they started doing dispensaries. And they were growing fucking fire. But, like, I've been around that shit for a long time. Like, my mom's best friend's roommate was smoking it at night when I was trying to sleep in the other room because she was having me stay at her house because I was, like, out of control and she needed a break from me to figure out what to do with me because my mental illness was out of control as a child. But, yeah. Like, weeds, it's a plant, it's good, and nobody should go to jail for it. They should federally decriminalize it, legalize medical, and legalize people to carry up to like 8 ounces, decriminalize 2 pounds medical, and just let it be like that. And then if somebody robs somebody of weed or kills them over weed, then the penalty should be harsh. But I don't think people should be charged for selling fucking weed. As long as they're not lacing it with shit or growing it with fucking chemicals. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I don't care about the recreational market. And I have a feeling that they're going to use Schedule 3 to ban seeds and high THC genetics and seeds. Ban clones, high genetic potential clones. Ban plants that grow a certain amount of bud. Like, some plants can grow up to 12 pounds. Like Super Skunk, Big Block, Deep Chunk, or otherwise known as Monkey Balls, Granddaddy Purple Kush. Like, these plants, if you grow them right and you prune them right when you're growing, you can get 12-pound plants out of them. They're like 16, 17 foot tall plants that you have to put hoops and trellis nets over. The buds will snap off the branches. But you will get 12 pounds. You harvest, and you still got another harvest after you harvested off that plant. That's how big they are. You put them in tents throughout the winter, and you keep them under lights, and you keep them warm with space heaters, whatever you're going to do, and you let them grow in veg all winter long. And then when it comes time, 420, in Oregon, 420, you take the plant, the plastic off the greenhouse, you deconstruct the greenhouse, and the plants start shooting up, and then as you prune them, they'll become 12-pound monsters because they're already halfway there already. And they've still got another 2.5, 3 months of fucking growing before they start getting buds on them. Or decent parts of buds. What? Yeah. I don't want legalized marijuana. I want medical legalized marijuana. Because I don't care if people smoke recreationally, if it's decriminalized. But the recreational markets fuck over the medical growers and screw over all the strains. Like, all this garbage strains are coming out, and all the old strains are gone. Or, like, you have to really search to find them in your area. Like, I've got tons of seeds now, and I've got a lot of those old strains and seeds, but, like, they're expensive, and they're not easy to come by sometimes for some of them. Anyways, that's my rant, YouTube. This isn't about JG Delay this time. This was a pretty big newsworthy article, and momentous time in the United States. I'll give credit where Trump gets credit due. He rescheduled marijuana, so he gets that credit. Good on him. But that's like the only good thing he's ever done in either of his terms as president in the first 4 years and in this term. Only good thing he's done. And Biden started it. But Biden should have done just what he did and just signed an executive order and said it's fucking decriminal, or it's rescheduled. And then when Merrick Garland said you can't do that, just said either do it or you're fired. And went to the head DEA person and be like, reschedule marijuana or you're fired. Sign it, reschedule, or you're fired. And then fired the motherfucker. And then when he had the House and the Senate, had them put somebody in place that would have done it. And he should have done it. The first thing he did should have been that when he got in office. That should be the first thing he did. And the second thing he should have did was election reform. Get dark money out of politics. Gerrymandering reform so Republicans can't gerrymander the shit out of their states. But I don't agree with Democrats gerrymandering either. So it ungerrymandered Democrat states too. So there's equal representation for everybody. The John Lewis Voting Rights Act, the Freedom to Vote Act, those should have been the second. As soon as you rescheduled marijuana, those should have been the next things on his fucking menu of things to do, his list of things to do. And then after that, he should have immediately got with Bernie Sanders and told Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, you will pass universal single-payer Medicare for all. If you do not, I will primary you, and I don't care if a Republican beats you, as long as you go down in flames for not supporting my agenda. But he was weak, he was feckless, and couldn't do it. He couldn't call them out by name when he should have. No, I'm a communist, so I don't like Democrats or Republicans. I'm not JD who plays this centrist, oh, I don't like Trump, I don't like Democrats either, but I'm going to play right-wing culture vulture. No. I'm woke. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. And I'm a communist. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a democratic socialist. I'm not an anarcho-communist. I'm a Marxist Leninist. And Bernie Sanders is the least than what I want in America. I want America's Lenin. And, if it takes Trump doing this to get to the ends means, to get marijuana on the way to legalization faster, so be it. But, if it accelerates the decline of the American empire, what he's doing, and leads to communism, then I guess if that's the route it has to go, then it has to go. Because you can't democratically elect a democratic socialist. France tried that. I forget the guy's name in the late 80s. And all the capitalists, they just quit interacting with the economy. And eventually he started taking the economy. So he's just like, okay, I give in. And quit and unnationalized everything. When he should have been seizing their companies. Been like, no, I'm seizing this company. I'm seizing that company. This is being nationalized. I'm seizing it for the means of production. I'm seizing healthcare. I'm seizing this. I'm seizing that. And you're not going to do anything about it. And, I'm seizing the transportation industry, public transit, public air travel, train travel. automotive industry. I don't necessarily think the automotive industry should be completely nationalized, but there should be a nationalized auto company that creates a cheap car that anybody can afford, that's electric, that gets good on gas mileage. It doesn't have all the fancy computers and stuff in it, like a Tesla or anything, but it's within a price range where any one person that's low income can buy it. And there should be tax credit to subsidize it to where you can write it off on your taxes if you buy it, and it's at a low enough price point that low income people on disability can buy one with easy payments of less than like a couple $100s a month, if that. Anyways, catch you later, YouTube.